Good afternoon. I thought I'd give you guys something new to look at. This is, in case you're new to the channel, Unfinished Objects, where I talk about mine as well as other people's long-term, short-term, medium-term unfinished objects in their stash. So far, I think I've talked about embroidery unfinished objects, sewing unfinished objects, knitting unfinished objects, crochet unfinished objects. And don't worry, there's more to come. I also discovered something the other night, that the last video that I put up from the UK, where it was supposed to be about jeans unfinished objects, when my software uploaded it or rendered it, it truncated and took the important bits off. So you will soon be seeing the rest of that video, hopefully you're interested in that, where we go through Jean's unfinished objects and you actually get to see Jean talk. I don't even know what happened there. Well, I do, because my system's been doing it, but I didn't expect that one to have been affected. I do have an unfinished object for you. It's still in the process, but I have made progress on it. I have my top-down cotton sweater that is made to fit my measurements. I made some knitting decisions, and I made some, I completed some bits. So when I was, I don't know if I've ever even talked about this sweater, but I do have a blue version that I finished before that I did in pieces and sewed together, and it fits like a glove. I decided a little too much like a glove, so I put this one on my needles and am using a top-down pattern. This one's a bit roomier, which I kind of like. The V is quite a lot deeper, and I think I kind of like that because you can always wear a cami underneath. What I've decided to do at the bottom, if you see right here, I've hemmed some flaps. Now, if you, and this is not me, I do not have big hips, but my friends who are hippie say that they love this kind of hem on a sweater where you split it and then you make the back a little bit longer than the front. The reason I opted for this go round is that whenever I make a sweater, I think it's because I have a fat back, the back always hikes up and the front always drops down. So on another sweater that I have that is not unfinished, it's in progress, I added some short rows across the back to lengthen it by about an inch in the back. This, I did this technique where I've just made, what you do is you make a hem, so stockinette stitch, one purl row, return to stockinette stitch, and then see how this has formed a fold line? So I can then fold it here, and later on with the needle and yarn, I sew this up, and it gives me, like in this one, that's the wrong side, the right side, a nice finished hem that's a little weightier, and so it keeps that cotton pulled down. And I think that's desirable for cotton. The other thing I finished on this was I finished one of my sleeves. On the sleeve, I've also, and this one I've half sewn, I sewed a facing or a hem onto it. So again, a purl stitch around and then more knit stitches. I think in this case it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 6 rounds, and then I bound off, and then I use the bind off stitch to stitch through and create a hem. Now what's left on this? The other sleeve, I needed the needles, so I harvested them, but I'm ready to put them back now. Don't remember what I was working on. Why did I harvest the needles? Maybe I didn't. Maybe they're just over there on the floor because I finished. So I have this sleeve to go, which won't take long. This took me one of my sick days sitting in the chair watching TV. And then I have to hem this underneath, and then it'll be done. But in the interim, I'm going to try it on so you can see what it looks like. Hopefully this tripod I got going on here will help me. Hang on. All right, so here is the finished t-shirt. Hem in the back. It hits me right mid-butt, which I like, and this hem is already secured. This one is not secured yet. It's going to go to here. And I find that because I have a belly, it's nice to have my shirt stop a little bit higher, right at the, not to go around, because if I let him go around, it cups in and it enunciates my uncomfortable place. So if I fold it and it hits me at the widest part, it just makes it look smooth, not cupped, if you can see what I'm talking about there. My V is quite V. You can see my bra there, so I will definitely be wearing a tank under this. And then the sleeve, oh, that's not, this is my not done sleeve. Here's my finished sleeve with the hem. And it's nice and smooth. I probably wouldn't have minded going maybe another inch, but I'm fine with this. Oh, and this isn't hemmed up yet. There we go. So just that long. It's good enough for the summer. There you go. Almost finished. Now, what did I do on this to make it fit more? Most top-down sweater or t-shirt patterns, sweater patterns go straight. Once you break for the armpits, you go straight down. In this, if you see by these marks here, I did decreases right after my bust. I did some decreases to bring it, because I'm thinnest right here. So I wanted my t-shirt to have a little bit of shape. So I decreased a little bit right underneath my bust line pretty quickly. And then I gradually increased because my hips are 1 inch larger than my waist, or 1.5 inches. So if you can see, I've shaped this one so it goes like that. You can do the same thing. If you're hippier, you increase faster. If you're if you're completely straight up and down and you've got no difference between your bust and your hips, just do it straight like a normal t-shirt. Otherwise, you can put a little shaping in, and this is my markers. I use these pins to tell me what I did so that when I go back, I can see, oh, on this round I decrease, 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 increase, 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 and that's what those marks are for. But overall, very happy with this t-shirt. In fact, it'll be good incentive to get this sleeve done, finish this sleeve, so that I can wear it, right? All right, tell me what you think in the comments. Do you want one, or do you not want one? I will be writing this up. This is like 2 years of sitting on the needles. All right, I'm gonna break and go back to scoot up a little bit for you. All right, so I hope you like the little t-shirt. I don't think I've gotten any photos from anybody, but I know Tony's back home now, so she should be cracking into her unfinished. Cheryl's working on a couple things she told me about. I think she said a shawl. Oh, she's doing a shawl and a test knit, so those are probably new projects, not old ones this week. I've been out in the yard doing a lot of yard work, and before I alluded to the fact that I spent some quality time in my chair watching TV. That's because I don't know if it's allergies or what, but I just caught the exhaustion bug and I couldn't be bothered to get out of the chair. I also had a low-grade fever and stuff. So that's why you didn't hear from me for a while. But rest assured, I was kind of doing nothing in my mind because there's so much to be done around here in the house. But really, I did knit because I always knit and watch TV. So I got some stuff done. It was just from my butt, not getting up and out. The last 2 days, I felt way better. So did some yard work, cleaned the kitchen. I need to mop now. Mopping is on my priority list. In fact, after I finish this, that's what I'm going to do. Anyway, if you like these videos and you too have unfinished projects that you're interested in getting a crack on, subscribe to the channel and ring the bell. I can't wait to hear about what your projects are at this point and how you're progressing. Let me tell you how much this channel helps me. Seeing your photos when you get something done makes me feel way better and makes me feel like this is worth my time. But also knowing that you guys are waiting for a video means that I go looking for something to work on that needs working on. And in fact, that's now translated over to me getting on top of my housework and the fix-it stuff around here, because I've kind of decided, well, I need an incentive. So let's just write a list of every day, just work for 15 minutes on something. Even if it's just that, it'll be progress. On a side note, I watch a guy who's doing a remodel of a really, really decrepit chateau. And he does a video every day to show his progress. But I'll just bet you he's doing that so that he stays on top of stuff and makes progress every day. So I hope that that inspires you. I will see you on Thursday, and maybe on time this time. I hope so. Anyway, bye.